Hello guys and girls, what is going on? It's GhostRobo, and as many of you, or most of you, or all of you probably know, today we hit 1 million subscribers. Boosh. Absolutely incredible. I got lots of stuff planned, a thank you video, and a whole bunch of celebratory goodness. But first off, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at my first ever video. Very few of you have seen this, and oh boy is it embarrassing. It's absolutely incredible that this is even me. I don't know how I even made my voice sound like this way back when, but let this be inspiration to anyone who wants to do YouTube, that man, you can come a long way if you keep your heart and your head and your whole body into it, because boy oh boy, this OG GhostRobo, he sure has grown up. I hope you guys don't laugh too hard. Thanks again for everything, and enjoy the video. Hey, this is GhostRobo, and today we are doing a game slice for Medal of Honor, the latest Modern Warfare game not called Call of Duty. And I decided to skip most of the cutscenes because, well, here is a quote. You can see it's clearly copying Call of Duty, but I decided to skip most of the cutscenes because, frankly, they were super boring. You'll get a little bit here at the beginning, and actually it looks pretty good visually from these pre-rendered scenes, but I was a bit disappointed once you get into the main game. You can check for yourself in a minute or two here, but we start off approaching Afghanistan. Decided to keep everything super realistic, which I like. You know, at least give it real names, adds a little bit more authenticity. Maybe the game doesn't match up so well though to that attempt. Got some gunfire and guns falling out, and oh my, starting off here with a little bit of a bang, and we will cut here to the title screens, and you can see it's a Danger Close game. They made the single player while DICE handled the multiplayer, and you can kind of tell that it was made by two separate companies, especially from things as basic as the control schemes. You can't lay prone in multiplayer, you can't slide into cover in multiplayer, things that you can do consistently in the single player, but we'll get right into it here. It may take a little while to get used to controls just because it felt a little bit sticky. I had to turn up the sensitivity a little bit later on, but we start here in some Afghan street at night, and you're always traveling with these three other guys who kind of look like Afghans themselves, at least the other in-game models, which makes it a bit confusing when things get chaotic to distinguish who you're supposed to be firing at and who you're supposed to be protecting or just ignoring. So we're messing around with the controls, laying down, getting used to some stuff. And the shooting, it has quite a bit of auto aim, but it feels a little bit hard to really micromanage your sights. Get like right on top of a guy and need to move a hair to the left or a hair to the right, and never can seem to get it as quickly as I want to. And maybe that's just I don't have the sensitivity turned up all the way. It starts off really low on their meter, so I just tweaked it slightly. But at least for this first level here, I felt that was a kind of inaccurate. And actually it's kind of a good setup to start the game off at this nighttime level, and you're sneaking through the streets with your couple other guys, and it seems pretty organic, at least initially. I think you'll realize later on that that is absolutely not the case with this game. So we're doing pretty good. It has a nice little headshot counter that pops up down there to let you know that you popped him in the head. The HUD is really minimalist, which is nice. Here's a guy who doesn't have much AI, just sort of standing there, not aware that I'm even close. But the HUD is nice that it pops down and only comes up to let you know if you're crouching or going prone. You can see in the bottom left there, and you got a really minimalist meter for your ammo, and I really like that, though the rest of the game doesn't really support the whole authenticity. I mean, you got huge objective meters. The overall aesthetic is kind of nice. The menu screens are slow but good, and it isn't overwhelming to have 5 million things on your screen. Multiplayer is a different story. You got all sorts of meters and colors and things, but at least for single player, this starts off looking pretty good. There's a burning car. We're going inside this building here. That seems pretty cool. Throw that grenade under there, knock them out. I mean, it starts off promising. And I don't know if you noticed this request for ammo that keeps popping up as I get close to my teammates here, and that sort of was my biggest annoyance, at least starting off. That A, it's constantly popping up when they're trying to have this minimalist HUD, and B, that you can refill your ammo completely at any time. You just walk up to your partners here and press X and get a full new clip. It also has some issues with pressing X. You got X to reload, X to request, X to open doors, and there was times where it seemed like I couldn't trigger the right X. I'd be reloading when I was trying to open the door, or open the door when I was trying to reloading, and just sort of the amount of how close I needed to get to trigger the context-sensitive button press wasn't really up to snuff. I guess that's sort of kind of a commonality of the whole game. Something else is that when you're shooting guys, a lot of times it seems like you're hitting. There's not a whole lot of feedback, or guys take too many shots. Definitely more than some of the more recent military shooters, Bad Company 2, Modern Warfare 2, obviously. But again, it sets up pretty good. You got some nice environments. Things look pretty detailed. And whoa there, I gotta get out of the way. Where did they come from? All of a sudden they got all sorts of guns. I guess it's to teach you how to use grenades effectively. Boom. So yeah, not really solid to start off. I was really excited. And you'll just have to watch and judge for yourself if you're as let down as I was. Here's an instance of waiting, which you do quite a bit of with doors here. Do you open the door, or are they supposed to open the door? And there's no real indication until you walk up to the door, or I guess if they say it directly, whether you're the one supposed to be opening the door, or if they're going to be opening the door, or what. Here again, you know, you disable the fuse box, and is he opening the door, or are you opening the door? I really like this optics mode here. I think they do night vision quite well. It looks pretty authentic. In some ways, there's parts where the game looks better at night in this mode than in regular. At daytime, sometimes the lighting looks really good, but at night, I think this optics view is pretty impressive. Here, just checking out some of the other weapons. You got a shotgun and a pistol, and clearly the Al-Qaeda guys in the next room don't really care about the gunfire coming. They're just sort of standing there. I mean, to me, that's sort of unacceptable that you got guys just basically idle until you engage. You know, Medal of Honor really feels like a shooting gallery much more than, you know, a lot of other shooters. Basically, I mean, like, come on, just standing there waiting to be killed. You know, walking through a very narrow path, tons of invisible walls, and basically just waiting for the next guy to pop up. And that's okay if everything else is good, if it had a good story, or if the controls were 100% crisp, or if the the presentation and graphics and performance were great. But there's definitely some hiccups. And there's another headshot. Shooting through the bottles. I guess there's some nice touches, a little bit of care put into things. But again, these guys are not a challenge. I'm playing on hard here for the achievements, of course, and there's no real resistance. I mean, I know it's the first level, but it kind of continues throughout what I've played so far. Swap some weapons. It doesn't seem like much reason to get anything except what I started off with. So we're going to ascend these stairs and see what awaits us around the next corner. Here's another guy. What is he doing? How come he can't hear us? We walk up to him. He's looking right at you. Boom. Knife to the neck. Man. Hopefully war is not this easy. Or at least Al-Qaeda is not this easy. Man, they seem to pose a bigger challenge than that. Kick down another door. Okay, guys. Okay, he was at least ready for battle. He was at least looking to fire. Not sure he was very successful. Don't know if he got a single shot off. Some of the dialogue is nice. You know, you're clearing rooms. It feels at least a little bit, you know, like a real mission. We'll turn off the optics, and I think we're going to jump forward because we're encountering some very similar trips through more streets. Here we go. Skip forward a little bit. Got some guys hiding behind some cover. That's terrible shooting. But again, just still getting used to controls and messes with sensitivity. Get him in the head. I think we get this guy in the head as well. Yep. There's another one. So, I mean, so far this has been my favorite level. I like the way it looks. I like the lighting, sort of at this dusky nighttime with the lights coming from the buildings. And it's got really good audio, I think. The gunfire sounds really good. And to me, that's really important in the feel of a gun. Besides, obviously, the feedback and how much damage it does and how visually appealing it is. The audio of these guns, I'll give them credit for that. They did a really good job of making it sound very, very, very accurate, authentic, and it's got a pop to it that you don't get from some other games. I feel like Bad Company 2 and Medal of Honor do a better job of the audio with the guns than Call of Duty. We skip forward again here. Check out the shotgun. Got quite a range for what should be a realistic shotgun. Take out a couple guys. Headshot with a shotgun. I don't know how often that should happen. Again, that's pretty good range. Go knife this guy in here. Oh, he's already dead. So starting off here, still early on in the game, you can't really tell so much that these guys are more of a hindrance than a help, except that they look a lot like the guys you're shooting. But we'll get up to some points pretty quickly where definitely tell they're not the funnest teammates to be around.
We need a key. What can you do for us? Roger that. We're gonna paint it. Wildfire, we're
Approaching this castle structure, fortress, walled off area here. This is so heavily scripted. Got the airstrike coming in. Looks pretty good though. Right, that's exciting. Explosions, people like that. I don't know what this is. Debris, sludge rain. And we will go take on the heavy machine gun, firing away at us long range. Kind of a typical, very typical first level type thing for a modern warfare game. Navigate through cover, and here you're gonna begin to see how linear and how tracked this game is. You got these rocks, and they definitely want you to follow this very set path. There's nothing really organic about it. I never feel like I'm navigating a battlefield or, you know, being smart about where I'm hiding. It's notice the obstacles they put for you and follow their geometric line that they've set around the little bits of cover that they placed. Something else I'm not sure if you'll get to notice until it's obvious, but that becomes apparent once you start playing, is that you can really easily break the game, at least from a mood standpoint or a pacing standpoint, in the sense that if you just sprint past this guy here, I don't have to wait with him, and if I sprint past him, I sort of lose out on some of their audio. I lose out on the, I guess, emotion and feel of slowly moving through stealthily these areas. There's no, it's not an instant failure if you don't go stealth. There's points where they say, shh, you know, sneak past these guys, and you can shoot them, and nothing happens. A nice pull up here from the buddy boost, a lot like Killzone 2, and I assume Killzone 3 will do. But yeah, there's times where they're all standing in a room and talking, and you can kind of just run forward. And there's the first instance of being a little bit confused whether that was my teammates or an enemy. So I let him go the first time and picked him up after he ran behind cover. But you know, this had me thinking about how much a player is responsible for a game's success, at least in terms of mood and pacing. And you think of something like Alan Wake that has a lot of dark and slow scenes where the developers intend for you to look a certain direction or check out a certain set piece, and you know, you can very easily just ignore that and run or look a totally different way. And of course, the developer has to engage the player in the sense of, you know, having some interesting dialogue or maybe an interesting audio bit or story, engaging story to keep you on their set track. But you know, you can easily not cooperate with the developer and just run right past. And I think Medal of Honor is a pretty good example of that struggle. You know, just totally not seeing or totally not experiencing the game, you know, 100% the way the developer experienced it or the developer wants you to experience it. About to get a pretty nice sniper rifle here, kind of like the way this works. Nothing special, but I was able to be pretty accurate with it, so you know, I'm pretty happy with that. And you know, again, there are some good things. This is kind of a cool little scene here. You got these guys in a building, and you know, nothing out of the ordinary, but you're picking guys off who have no knowledge that you're there at all. They're all worried about your two teammates down in the corner there. But sniping is fun, and Medal of Honor is sniping, and so those bits can be fun. Pick this guy off in the window here. You know, the audio is good. How much of it is really derived from real mission audio, you know, the real soldiers they talk to, or the real special ops guys they talk to, I don't know, but it adds a little bit to it when they're telling you, you know, window. And again, that's something that you don't really have to listen to. If you shoot that guy before he says window, you know, you don't really get the benefit of that. And so we'll take these guys out and move along, kind of approaching the end of the level here. Done sniping, we'll run over here, and we will skip forward one more time. There's one. Where's the door? Where's the door? Who's taking it? Me? You? Okay, you got it. And we'll skip another door. Okay, and then here's another direct ripoff of Modern Warfare 2 with your scene. I didn't know who we were supposed to be shooting. Shoot all the guys, just shoot this one guy. I guess my teammates took out everybody. Achievement pop, get that guy. And we'll save this helper dude here. What do you want to call it? A spy or some rebel Afghan that's helping out the military. But that's about going to wrap it up for this look at Medal of Honor. I think we're going to do one more game slice just to get a daytime mission in here. But so far, so average. You know, my biggest issues are the pacing and how linear and breakable everything seems to be. But thanks a lot for watching, and look for another Medal of Honor game slice coming up soon.
God, it's so embarrassing. Holy crap. I watched it. I'm like, is this me? What alien took over my body and made this video on October 18th, 2010, over 4 years ago? But holy crap, let it be a testament to how far we've come and how I have changed, we have changed, everything has changed, including war has changed, like this video, clearly and dumbly referenced. Anyways, guys and girls, hope you enjoyed, got a kick out of this. It's incredible to me to watch and just think about all the changes, all the stuff, and I'll be talking about much more of that and bringing you guys lots of beautiful stuff in the coming days and weeks, so stay tuned for that. Thanks again for helping me reach 1 million subscribers. Until next time, guys and girls, have a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. I'm a bit worried, but here goes nothing. Until next time, we will see you all later.